Welcome to class. My name is Roseanne. I'll be your guide today. I hope you'll join me for this lower body focused flow to enhance strength and flexibility in your legs. So join me on the mat if that sounds good to you. If you need blocks, feel free to grab those as well. They always come in handy. So make your way onto your back with your knees bent, feet planted. Allow the spine to ground and begin to rock through the sacrum. So there's a slight tuck of the tailbone as you exhale and inhale to release back to neutral curves. Exhale to slightly tuck, imprint low spine. Inhale to release natural curves. So a few rounds like this. This flow of breath and subtle movement, just to assess where you're at today before we begin. So 2 more rounds. And the next time you inhale, widen it, and then exhale, begin to peel the sacrum off the earth and roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. We engage here through the hamstrings. Inhale at the top. Exhale to begin to roll down. This is our bridge or pelvic curl from Pilates. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to begin to curl and roll through spine. Inhale. Exhale, ribs lower first, mid back, low back. Inhale. Exhale, roll. So just a few like this for the warm up. Find your legs. And then pause this. And instead, lift the hips as a unit. So you press through arms and feet. Inhale to lower to hover, and then press. So a few like this. Again, back of legs. So hamstrings, glutes, and core. Let's do 2 more. The last one. Lift, 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 stay and come onto the toes and then roll onto the heels. So heel ball toe, toe ball heel. Working through the feet, getting into the legs already, calves, shins. Just a few more. Last one, come onto the toes, lift the hips a little higher, and then roll down through the spine. Hug those knees in, and then make circles to outside edges of the room. Working a bit on mobility of the hips. And reverse. Take those legs wide into a V, and then rebend, lengthen, and rebend. Just 2 more. Last one. Reach those legs a little longer. Inhale. And exhale, plant your feet, extend the arms from the shoulder, and sway the legs side to side. Almost there through our warm up. And then roll onto all fours, hands and knees. Let's take that right leg back behind us, long and strong, and then draw it in as you round through spine. Reach that leg long and draw it in. Activate the leg, hug muscle to bone. One more time, lengthen. Then draw that knee through and plant your right foot and roll up through the spine into a low lunge. Hands can come together, bring them to the nape of the neck, open up across the heart. And then hands come down so that you can lift that back knee and find your high runner's lunge. Arms might reach overhead. Same thing, palms together, draw them to the nape of the neck. Bring them back out in front of you and to the earth. Step forward, hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold and sit into chair to press your way tall. Arms reach overhead, palms together. Bring the hands to the nape of the neck, and this time open the arms, open the chest, and then sink back into chair, hands to prayer, and fold. Let's step back into a plank. Knees can lower here, and just bring the chest through the arms. Heart opener. And then hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's take those knees and hover them above the earth, about apple height above the earth, and rock forward and back. An integrated core, bring into the fronts of the legs. And then again, return to downward facing dog. Bend those knees to hover off the earth, rock. And hips up and back, downward facing dog. Do that one more time. Forward into your hover, tabletop, rock, and hips up and back. Now lower those knees and we'll come to the left side. Left leg comes back, straight behind you, and then round through spine, draw that knee through. Lengthen the leg back out, and then draw nose or knee to nose. 3 more. 2. Last one, think active long leg. We want this length. And then draw that knee through. Plant your left foot this time. Roll up. Press the palms together. Bring them to the nape of the neck. Inhale. And exhale to release those hands to the earth so we can come into our runner's lunge. Arms may rise as we bring the hands to the nape of the neck. And return the hands to the earth so we can step forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold and sink into that chair and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up tall. Hands together, bring them to the nape of the neck. Open up the arms and chest, inhale. And exhale to fold. And step into your plank. And bring the chest through the arms. Sit back into child's pose. Slide those hands in, or back behind you rather. Put one leg out and then the other. You might walk to the center of your mat here. Lift through the back line, activating through the back line once more. Through those legs. And let's do that little rock if it feels safe for your wrists. And take that right leg up to the sky. The bottom can also be down for this as well. Point or flexed foot. Lower the right heel and then lengthen the leg to the sky. Lower and lengthen, really working that supporting leg, the back line of the leg. Let's do 3, 2. Last one, lift. And then place that leg back down. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Let's see if you can switch sides. Lengthen left leg. Decide on an active foot, other point or flex as you lower and lift. Lower and lift. 3, 2, and 1 more. Leg high. Lower that foot back down. Walk yourself forward to the front of your mat into a forward fold. Bend those knees, sink into chair and pulse again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stand. Close hands to the nape of the neck once more. And open the arms up, but stay nice and tall. Hands to prayer as that right foot steps back. Warrior one, for a little reprieve. Lengthen that lead leg as the arms reach. And bend the elbows into your sides as you rebend lead knee. Again, lengthen and bend. One more time, reach everything long. And then heel toe, that right foot back so you can find your warrior two. Find your strength here as if you're pressing down on a table. And that left forearm will come to that same thigh as you find your side bend. And then your reverse warrior, left arm up, right arm down. Let's repeat that side bend into your reverse warrior. One more repetition. And the next time you're in the side angle, pivot on the back toes so you can find your runner's lunge. That left arm goes back, right arm forward. Inhale. And exhale, that right hand will come down as you rotate toward the left lead leg. Hug thighs in. And we'll set down that back knee and find a low lunge. And then step the legs, or the knees rather, side by each. Press through the shins. Arms reach out in front. And with a long body, see if you can lean back and then come forward. Lean back and come forward. And you could add the arms here. When you come forward, press them back behind you. Arms come forward, body comes back. Press arms as you lift. Again, fronts of quads. This is thigh stretch in Pilates. Two more. Last one. Nice. Roll down through the spine. Find your tabletop and hover those knees once more. Send the hips high, up and back, downward facing dog. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, and find your chair, only to press tall. The left leg will come back in that short warrior one stance. Find your footing here. Before you reach those arms up, turn the palms open to the wall in front of you. Lengthen lead leg. Inhale, reach, and exhale, bend elbows into side as you bend lead leg. Again, in this little flow within our warrior one. Remember to ground back heel. Two more. Last one, reach up. And then heel toe, back foot, open up, find warrior two. Do what you need to get there. Inhale. And exhale, that right forearm to thigh, side angle. And find your reverse warrior. Right arm reaches, looking up. Side angle. To exalted warrior or reverse warrior. Find your breath. Once you find the strength in your leg. One more inhale, reach. Exhale, side angle. One more time, reach up. And into your side angle, where you can pivot on the back toes, so torso faces the earth now. Reach that right arm back. Find your runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Rotate toward that lead right leg. And then hands frame front foot as you lower back knee. Reach up through the arms. And bring right shin in line with the left one. This time, hands can be at heart center. Ears in line with shoulders as best you're able. Torso in alignment as we sit back to hover and lift. Sit back and lift. A kneeling squat. If this isn't okay, you can go into your chair. Standing chair, little chair squat. Let's do 2 more. Last one, hover, and then slide forward into Sphinx. And then lower onto your belly, hands underneath the forehead here. So again, the sense of length through the legs. Press the front of your pelvis down and lift just the right leg to hover, not very high. And then lower. Try the other leg. Lift and lower. Continue to alternate here. This will help us with locust. This is great for the glutes, the back line. And see if you can keep the tension out of the shoulders. Even if the leg doesn't go very high, we keep the leg straight, as straight as a leg can be. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. If that feels good, play with the breath and see which breath pattern works for you. Now both legs lift and hover and lower. Both legs lift and hover and lower. One more time, lift and hover, and then take those arms out in front of you, circle them around. Reach the fingertips toward your toes, locust. And then hands come down beside the shoulders in order to press back into your downward facing dog. Let's start to lengthen out those legs here. So let's take that right leg up into the sky and pull it through and drape the shin if you'd like to take pigeon. If this is too much, you can roll onto that right hip and take deer instead, where you lean the body forward and that shin or the legs can be in whatever position you'd like, either 90 or inward, or your regular pigeon. Find some breath, some release where you can. Inhale and exhale, perhaps to come up tall and send that right leg high into the sky. Again, bend the knee and stack those hips. And then the hips will even out so the pelvis is facing the earth, and take that right leg across the body and set that foot down. You might blade the back foot and lift the hips nice and high. Fall in triangle. And then return that leg to the sky. And feet can come side by each here. Let's take the other side. That left leg comes up and draw it through. Drape the shin. Decide if you'd like pigeon with that long back leg, or if you'd like to come onto that left hip and adjust the bend of the legs to find deer. A few more breaths here. This will help our flexibility in our legs. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then begin to adjust your shape so that you can send that left leg high into the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hips open to the left. And then take that left knee in toward the chest, and then lengthen the leg out as it crosses to the right. And you might blade back foot and lift the hips a little bit higher. Active body here, active legs. Shouldn't all be in the arm. And then right hand comes down back to the earth. Send that left leg high. And then the feet side by each as we paddle to open up the back of the leg. And then roll forward into your plank and lower all the way down and get into the quad here with our half bow or full bow. So clasp right ankle with same hand. You might rise, arc the body, and exhale to lower. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. One more time, lift, lift, lift. And lower. Let's try the opposite side. Clasp left ankle, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. A few more. 2. Last one. And bow pose. Clasp both ankles if able. Maybe you lift up one more time. Open the shoulders, open the fronts of the legs. And lower right, back, down. You're wider than normal child's pose as you press up. So take those knees very, very wide and see if you can sit back. And if this isn't suitable, you could take cobbler on your spine. This can give us a deep stretch into the inseams of the legs. You play with how wide you have the legs spaced. And try to sit back. And give a similar feeling to frog, but for more of us, it's not quite as intense. So great for flexibility. Stay for several breaths. More inhale here. And exhale to come onto one hand and then the other. Bring the legs together, perhaps slowly. And then come onto your bottom. In the center of your mat, feet planted until you're ready to come on forearms. Lift up through the heart and slide those arms long as you lower. Take that right leg up into the air, flex through the foot, hamstring lengthener here. Clasp wherever you'd like, except the knee on that leg. A little longer in these stretches, around 30 seconds or so to help with flexibility. And then draw that knee in. You might lengthen out that opposite leg and come into a supine rotation. So left hand comes across to the right outer thigh, pulls it over to that left hand side as you open opposite arm. Great for down the outside of the leg. Allow the body to be soft. Two more breaths or so. Then return to your spine as you hug that knee in. And lengthen both legs out, lengthen arms overhead for just a moment. Then draw both sets of knees back in for a little hug, only to allow that left foot to plant and the left leg to extend to the sky. Hamstring opener on this side. Inhale. And exhale to rebend that leg. Other leg might go long as you take left thigh across the body to opposite side. Extend that left arm. Not only got into legs today, but also the chest and shoulders. Round, 2 more breaths. And then return to the spine, little knee hug. And lengthen those legs out. Arms may reach overhead. And take the arms and the legs, arc them over to the left. Pelvis, back of pelvis stays grounded. And then take those legs over to the opposite side. And back to center for your Savasana. Send the breath from your center into those legs, hard working legs. And then send the breath into your arms. And then into all of your limbs at the same time. Inhale and exhale. Feel your body, how it extends out from center. And allow it to heavy, to ground. Then sense the lightness of the breath. And the groundedness of the body. As you roll wrists and ankles. And reverse. Long body stretch a final time before you hug those knees in and find happy baby. Maybe that's backs of thighs with hands. Maybe it's even the sides of the feet as the shins and soles of feet extend to the sky. Perhaps you rock. Then lengthen those legs to the sky. Draw them again toward the nose. Before a final hug in to roll onto one side. When you're ready, press yourself up to seated. and reach those arms up and draw them through to your heart. I hope you feel rooted yet tall. That you found your strength today. Sat Nam. If you enjoyed this practice, check out the playlists and check out the videos to follow. Have a great day.